last 6 months have been difficult, but I have felt everybody's prayers, lots of therapy, lots of writing. I've written a ton and it's helped a lot, and I'm ready to start sharing my life again.
It's now been over a month since Ruby Franke and her business partner Jody Hildebrandt were arrested on charges of aggravated child abuse. On August 30th, the mom of the YouTube channel 8 Passengers and her business partner Jody Hildebrandt were arrested after one of Ruby's kids escaped from Jody's home asking a neighbor for food and water, all while he was duct taped and malnourished. The cops ended up showing up, and Ruby's daughter Shari was the one to kind of publicize this on her social media by posting a photo of her mom being arrested with the caption, "Finally." Shari has been going through a really rough time over these last couple of weeks, as she did have to show up to court regarding this whole case to defend herself from not only her father, who recently seemingly accused his own daughter of burglary.
Explain to me again why this was not robbery.
Because it's a civil issue. You guys are family. She's been in the house before. You haven't been in the house in a year.
But also she had to defend her siblings from the abusive tactics of her mother. We do have an update from Shari though after all this time. She has been a little bit inactive on her Instagram, as we would all expect. She was going through a lot behind the scenes, and she's made that clear in her new Instagram post where she gave us a little life update, you guys. For the first time since August 30th, Shari is finally speaking out on the current situation of her life, her emotions, and just giving us an overall life update. She posted these photos on her Instagram story, and thankfully she seems to be doing all well. She seems to be surrounded with her friends, and she just seems to be in a good state of mind overall. Her caption reads, "There's literally not even words to describe how upside down my life has become. I've cried, had an infinite number of panic attacks, had way too much ice cream, and yet life goes on. Therapy has literally saved me, but God has too. My life is somehow becoming more beautiful and fulfilling despite all the terrible things going on. I've tried to live my life to the fullest the last few weeks, even though all I want to do is hide away in my apartment. I do have my days. Tomorrow is another big court day, and I'd appreciate your prayers and thoughts for my family and myself. Words can't express the gratitude I feel for you all, and I feel your love." Shari was getting a lot of positive comments under her Instagram post, people just sending her thoughts and prayers, and many people saying that they're rooting for her and wishing that she comes out of this dark tunnel very strong. She hasn't posted anything following this since, as she's most likely busy going through the court proceedings with her attorney and unfortunately having to deal with this messy situation, all because of her mom. But we also have an update on one of Ruby's friends who also spoke out on a recent YouTube video. We're talking about the YouTube channel Crazy Middles. Now, if you guys don't know of Crazy Middles, they're also a family vlogging channel, and Shelly, the mom of the channel, runs this channel with her husband, and they have around 21 kids. If I'm not mistaken, they are also a Mormon vlogging channel, but recently it's come to about that Crazy Middles also commented on the 8 Passenger situation, and they were even supposed to release a video on Ruby of 8 Passengers, but Shelly says she ended up backing out of it as she thought that it would be very controversial, which not a lot of people were too fond of that. But in her most recent video, Shelly said that her and her sister had met Ruby at an event, and they heard from a friend that Ruby stated she treated YouTube like a business, and that if the kids weren't willing to help out with the business or be vlogged, that she wouldn't buy them anything. Shelly goes on to say that she didn't realize that it meant that Ruby was taking away basic necessities like food away from her children, but that her and her sister went home after finding this out and immediately unfollowed her and cut all ties with Ruby. So Shelly was doing an answering assumptions type of video, and she was asked about the 8 passenger situation.
Maybe one that I have to pass on.
What is it?
You had strong feelings about 8 Passengers case.
Oh.
I do have very, very strong feelings about that. Crystal and I both have very strong feelings about that. And we did a video for Crazy Mom Hustle, but I felt like it was so controversial.
Yeah,
is that what I want to say? That we decided to ultimately not put out that video. But we do have very strong feelings. There was a time that we were at the same event with her, and she had said in the event that she feels like YouTube is a family business, and if the kids don't help with the family business or be vlogged, then she doesn't buy them anything. We did not know at the time that that meant food as well.
Well,
at
that wasn't
point,
even said to us. That was said to friends of ours.
Yeah,
so
that
we
were at
kinda
the
heard it
event with us.
secondhand.
Yeah.
But-
So we then, Crystal and I were not happy about that because that is the wrong way to go about this. And so we went home and immediately unfollowed her. And then Crystal, I was okay on my side, but Crystal got a lot of hate for unfollowing her. But yeah, we do have strong feelings. That's all
Yes,
I'm going to
very
say
much
about
so.
that.
Now, the response on their YouTube was a bit more on the positive side, but over on Reddit, not so much. One of the comments that the Crazy Middles liked on their YouTube read, "Your as in both families are nothing like that woman and her poor children. Kids do not fake how happy they all are. Thank you for your channel." They haven't said anything else about the 8 passengers, and they just kept it very brief in this video. But over on Reddit, many people were saying things like this. She said that the video they were going to release about the 8 passengers was too controversial, so they decided against it. Speaking out against Ruby would not be controversial at all, so I'm curious what they were going to say. Glad to hear they left the church though. It seems they always choose to put their kids first. And someone made an interesting comment responding to this, saying, "I think what would have been controversial is if they monetized it or said anything insensitive, which, judging by how Crystal acts, I imagine they talk about it like it's tea. I'm glad they didn't post anything. I don't know what their opinion would really add to this." But other people were commenting things like it was hypocritical for Shari to say what she said in her video, and that her channel is pretty much replicating what Ruby and her husband did for a living. It's so rich hearing these other family vloggers trying to condemn the same behavior that they themselves participate in. Let's not pretend the Crazy Middle kids have any more say in the matter than the Franke kids when it comes to being filmed for YouTube. Anyways, guys, this has been the update on the 8 passenger situation. Shari, the oldest daughter, speaking out and giving a life update amid all the chaos, and Ruby's ex-friend also speaking out against her. I definitely want to know what you guys think. I'll definitely update you guys on the situation if anything else comes out, but definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I love you guys so much, and as always, I'll see y'all in the next video.